This video combines a couple of my rides through Central California. The plan for today is to make our way to Mammoth Pool, with some stops at Redinger Lake, Courtright Reservoir, and what many consider as Geographic Center of California.
So here we are.
And plenty more along the way. But before we get too far into this ride, I want to tell you a cautionary story.
Come on, baby cows.
Something that happened to me a few days after this ride that completely changed the way I think about riding solo. I ended up calling a friend for a rescue, just not the way you'd expect.
Is that a... Oh, for a second I thought it was a marijuana plant. But it's not. It's not a marijuana plant.
And as I mentioned, this video combines footage from a couple of rides through Central California. The main route starts in Prather, California and winds its way to Mammoth Pool Reservoir. There's one lesson that I took away from this, is that an emergency doesn't always begin with something dramatic, but sometimes it's something much simpler that under the right conditions becomes a serious situation.
A few days ago, I took a trip.
Now I don't have any footage of this because at the time, filming was the last thing on my mind.
Just a basic ride. It wasn't anything technical or anything. It was just a quick ride, couple of hours out in the forest, out in the mountains. But the problem is, it was about 103 degrees. So I didn't really care because I wasn't really going anywhere crazy. So I was like, what could happen? Okay, yes, I'm solo, I'm by myself. I took about 4 bottles of water and that was it. I just went for a ride, you know. I'm not going anywhere that I haven't been, so it should be pretty easy. I didn't need any cameras. I was just doing the ride for myself. But I didn't take one thing in consideration. It was hot outside. Now, I made a turn into this trail. Nothing crazy. Like I said, it's pretty much like this. It's kind of like this. It wasn't exactly like this, but there was a couple of ruts, couple of deep ruts, but it wasn't nothing that I haven't seen, I haven't done before. Even with luggage, you know, it wasn't a big deal. I went through something like that many times. And what happened is I decided to stop in a wrong place going uphill, and my bike that just tipped over. I lost my footing and my bike just tipped over. I didn't even crash. I didn't fall. I just tipped over my bike. You know, I got off the bike and the bike just fell down. And when it did fall, it fell in a rut. Pretty deep one. And the way it fell, at an angle, my tires were up and my handlebars were down in the rut. So, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I knew I was in trouble there because it was 103 degrees. I was in direct sunlight and only had 4 bottles of water. Now, what do? I tried lifting the bike up, and that heat, man, it's just, you can't do it. On a normal day, in a normal weather, I would have been able to take that bike out of there. But in 103 degree weather, in a direct sunlight, it was not possible. And as soon as I tried lifting it up, I couldn't even, the bike wouldn't even budge. Now I tried moving the bike, I couldn't pick it up. There was no way I was gonna pick up the bike. I tried moving it, and I tried dragging it out of the hole, but just dragging the bike, it took so much energy out of me. I almost passed out from the heat, and I ended up drinking 2 bottles of water. Now I only had 2 more bottles of water left. What do? I was going uphill. Now the closest shade to that was probably about 15 yards uphill. There was a little tree there where I could have taken a break. And the next closest shade was another 15 to 10 yards downhill. Now it was my choice. I couldn't just sit there by the bike and take a break after trying to lift the bike and being unsuccessful because, you know, it's 103 degrees out there. So what do? I was like, you know what, screw it. I left the bike there. I walked downhill. I laid in the shade for a little bit just to take a break. Now I knew even after taking a break, I only have 2 bottles of water left. So by the time I'm gonna walk to the bike uphill, 10-15 yards, I'm gonna want to drink more water. Just that walk is gonna take energy out of me. Now, after taking about 15-20 minute break, even my phone was heating up. I was barely getting 1 bar of service there. And every time I pulled the phone out, I would get a warning that your phone is too hot, being out there in the sun. So, what do? I had to call for help. I called my friend, my buddy. Barely got a hold of him because with my phone heating up and 1 bar of service, it was pretty bad. So I called him and he was like, okay, I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm gonna bring you some water and I'll help you lift the bike up. He was about maybe an hour 20 minutes away. So I was out of water, out of energy. Now, in the back of my mind, I know he's coming. So because I already had somebody coming to the rescue, I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna walk up there. Since he's coming, I will try as hard as I can to pick up this bike. Get that bike out of that hole. If I drink rest of my water, it's fine. I'm just gonna go back down to the shade and I'm just gonna lay down there and wait for him to come. He's bringing water. So because I knew he was coming, I was able to get to my bike and I used as much as energy that I could. And I actually lifted the bike up. And I called him. I told him, you know, thanks for coming, you know. But I got the bike up. I'm good. So in an indirect way, he kind of did rescue me. Because the only reason that I went back to pick up the bike is because I knew he was coming. Because I only had 1 bottle of water left. That was it. It was just fear. It was fear of running out of energy, running out of water, getting overheated, and not being able to pick up the bike. That experience was a kind of a wake-up call for me, not to underestimate even the most familiar places when I'm riding solo. Okay, now let's get back to Mammoth Pool ride. So we're turning onto Road 235. So this is it. This is Redinger Lake. It is a reservoir. In loving memory of Stephen Wayne Wells. March 6, 1957, March 21st, 2018. He lived to the fullest.
Redinger Lake. You know, with this heat and everything, I'd love to jump into this water. That water looks real good. Oh yeah, they got the good idea. What is this? A Ford? A Chevy? Huh. Seven degrees out here. Jump where? Oh, okay. And this is supposed to be the actual center of California. Since I'm doing Central California rides, I have to stop here. Take a brochure. Do I need a brochure? I don't think I need a brochure. Let's see. Let's say, once upon a time, during the gold rush era, North Fork was known for its logging. I guess. So yes, North Fork is where we are. North Fork is the center of California. That was a zipper, okay? There we are. And from there I went up north and connected to Minarets Road. And if you watched any of my previous videos, I've been here before. And Minarets Road is a beautiful twisty road. And it's pretty fun to ride on a motorcycle. And I also spotted this road branching off from Minarets Road going down to this power station. So I had to go down and check it out. See if there's anything interesting down there. This is crazy.
I know there's gonna be a road closure at the end of this, but I just want to come down here and see what am I missing here. Man, that's a cool little detour. Oh, we're going down there, huh? Ah, yeah. Road closed.
And we're back to Minarets.
Whoa. There it is. Last time on one of my previous videos we did stop over here just to look at this, but we didn't go all the way down there. This time we're going there, and I'm starting with the third gear. There's a big truck backing up. Let's see, let's follow the big truck, huh? Transfer. They call them transfers. They dump their truck, then they come back to that trailer right there, and they winch the trailer
the top of the trailer on top of their truck. It goes inside the truck, and then they go back and dump the trailer. That don't look good. What the hell? No, I'm not gonna make it through here. My T7 ain't gonna fit here. That's Mammoth Pool Dam. Looks way better from the sky though. Let's see what we're missing over here. It's alright. It's cool. I guess I can fit my bike through here. Scenic 81. Alright, so this is Minarets, and this is B Shore or Bay Shore. That way we'll be home, and this way I'm not sure. So we will pick not sure. Let's go. Well, I'm kind of sure, but you know, map and all, but I don't think I've ever been there. Is that a squirrel or a bear? I think that was a bear. Let's pretend it was a bear. So when I go home, I'm gonna tell my friends, I ran into a bear. I bet this used to be all green. Now look at that. That is a sad situation. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, Granite Creek, Mammoth Trail 6. Alright, I guess let's get over to Granite Creek.
Oh, there it is. Is that the Granite Creek? I should definitely, yeah, you can definitely make this one. I'm not going to attempt it though. Ooh, deep. Why did I fucking end up parking my bike like this? I'm a fucking idiot. Motor vehicles prohibited on a meadow. Oh wow, I've been here before. I have been here before. I'm gonna stop here like I did before. Yes, it is.
And that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for coming along, and if there's one thing I hope you take away from this ride, it's not to let familiar places give you a false sense of security. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next ride.